Hello and welcome. Sorry for the delay. And upstairs, got some more water. Ready to go. All right, this reading is for Aquarius. I'm going to note it down because I forget things. Aquarius. Oh, I don't know why I'm getting. I'm not sure if anybody's getting a little bit of pain on the left side of the ear. I'm just feeling that, and somebody that may be watching, feeling something there. It's really weird. Traditions. I get that. Spirit wants me to talk. I mean, you're asking, thinking about, love and relationships, but I'm getting traditions. So family is coming through right now. Family is very, very important. Some of the Aquarius people right now I think they're seeking inside to be like, they're probably wondering, who am I? What am I? Like they're searching for some kind of identity, saying, the characters in that. But I think if they think about their ancestors, somebody that they looked up to, and realize that a lot of those values and talents and gifts were passed down to them, that may help them a little bit more with what they're struggling with as far as like, who am I? What am I? Stuff like that. I think a lot of those answers, I know a lot of those answers that we seek are inside of us, right? Sometimes a reading, sometimes other people may say things that kind of get the ball going, and we question that, but and helps to figure out what those answers are, because a lot of the answers are inside of us. That's true, but we need other people sometimes to help awaken that, or help you open, trying to figure out. We'll see what the spirits have to say. And I think right now too that some of the Aquarius people, if they're thinking about some of the things in the past, let's say, I would highly recommend that you release the past so you can be open and free for the future. Because there's some things, if things from the past are keeping you stuck, keeping you from moving forth, then that's not serving your highest good. Okay, so just keep that in mind. If you want to be, have the freedom and be open to new opportunities, in that you got to release that stuff. So we'll see what Spirit has in store. Okay. Yep. So yeah, that's what I thought. All right. So the very first card that came down was the heart, the Three of Hearts. So definitely, I mean, you're wondering who you are. You're maybe analyzing. If you're like me, probably analyze everything to death, which is not good. But you're trying to figure out, who you are, what you're about, what you want to do, what's next. Because of all these hurts, and you're probably trying to figure out, how can you protect yourself and at the same time be open to love? Well, you can ask that you be shielded from any negative energy, any negative, people, unwanted energies, but the shield be open to love. So if you surround yourself with the purple light, for instance, the purple light it's God's energy, and it repels negativity. So it will let love in and unwanted things out. And I think I shared that meditation. They call it a meditation. To me, it's a visualization that you bring on these lights. You put in the white and the pink and the green, and then the violet code energy. And that's a really good way of protecting. You're protected. Can you always protect yourself from all other negative people? If it's something in your life that you have agreed to learn, maybe not. But by protecting yourself, you will still have that experience, but maybe not as harsh. So you're protecting yourself from deeply, deeply being hurt, but you can still, you be made more aware from your guides if you ask for help, that to prevent that going that far. You know what I mean? Hope you understand what I'm trying to explain here. Yeah, it's deep. It's pretty deep. When we're hurt, we tend to close off completely, but you have to be open to receiving love. although you've been hurt and maybe you don't want another relationship right now, but you will, or you do soon, then you'll be able to protect you from getting that much pain coming through again. And this was by someone, this hurt, and by words, deeds, and action, someone that was very, very close to you. You thought perhaps this is the right person for me, and it turned out that perhaps something from another lifetime that you had to finish in this lifetime. But it definitely, from what I see now, had to last that length of time. You may meet someone again if you're open to it, but ask that you be guided, and the person that's coming to you is someone who has the same values as you, the same morals, that want the same things as you, and for your highest best. Because maybe that person will have experienced something similar and may understand you. Because I do feel like eventually you will have, there is news coming down the pipeline. There is news coming that is good news and could be something that a person you're going to meet. Okay, so that being said, you've got some opportunities opening up for you. Be open as well, because releasing the past will not only open you up for a loving relationship, but a better job, better life, better everything. And these opportunities that are going to come to you, they're going to be there. They're all going to be good. It's up to you to make whatever you want of it. But you have to do some things. Release the past. Change a little bit of things about yourself that you want to improve on. Put yourself out there, because they're not going to come knocking at your door. You really need to put yourself out there. Change your routine a little bit. If you're driving to work, instead of driving the same route, if you can go by another route, change, because it becomes static all the time. If we do the same thing over and over again, change the route if you feel that it's safe to do so. Change the way you do things. If you do laundry at this time, do it another time. I just be nice for you to change some of the habits that you're doing at these specific times to help you break that stagnant circle, around you. Break that. Change it a little bit. Change it up. And you'll see that you will feel a lot better just from doing those simple things. They're not complicated things, but you will feel a lot better about yourself. You can't be doing the same thing over and over. A few things change them, and you'll see. Let me know. All right. For now, the universe are going to make you hear very loud and clear what they are expecting. You've been asking and asking and asking. Some of them is going to come through dreams more than anything else. So they heard you, and they want you to hear them. In your life, if you look back, every time you were at that's it, you were like at the bottom, and you were asking that you need their help more so than ever, they've always come through. Your guide has come through, or an ancestor that's passed has helped, but the universe has provided in some way, form. They're responding. If they haven't already, they will. Give it another day or so. They're responding to you. And ask that you be open to hearing what they have to say and open to their guidance. Now, recently, it's been a new moon. New moon's all about new changes and stuff. But this particular new moon was very strong on releasing patterns and putting the work that you started on, putting the seeds you planted, getting really heavy, and within the next few months, little by little, continue the efforts, and that by springtime, you would be in a better place, a better position in your life than you've been. Things have been set in motions. Okay, it's in the wheel spinning. So this is going to be good. And you accompanying that with some of the changes that I mentioned will be good. It'll enhance everything moving forth. Pay attention to your dream. You're very intuitive. Pay attention to your intuitiveness. Some of you may not think you're intuitive, but you are. They're saying here you are. The moon represents, yes, dreams, but it's also your higher self, your intuition. And you may feel sometimes at wit's end, but tune in. You're protected. Know that you're protected at all times. Don't have to worry about anything, but I know worries are what humans do on this planet, but you're protected. And follow your true gut feeling, okay? coming towards you. There's wonderful news. And the cups bring, emotions, love, good news all around. And I think this is good news. It can be, I'm looking at the other cards here, could be somebody young that's coming into your life. Make sure that you laugh, that you don't take life so serious. I think somebody's coming towards you that is going to take you out of whatever you're going through right now and bringing you to a better place, and show you, like, point out to you, what your gifts and talents and unique skills are. Now, some of your skills, but I think this other person will come around to point that out for you. Maybe it's something you didn't think you were really good at, but they're going to come around and point that out for you. Now, if you continue on this path, you're going to a place where you're going to be healed. You're going to be taken care of. You don't have to worry. May not 100% know where you're going to end up at the end, because sometimes on our path we don't see, we don't see the light, or we know there's a light there, but we can't see at the end of the tunnel type of thing. But they're telling you, trust the universe, trust the process, everything in good timing. You've embarked on this journey, and the universe will take you somewhere, and you will heal. You will be taken care of. Not to worry. Okay. Think about that future. People around you thought, well, maybe she or he, doesn't think about anybody else. But no, it's quite the contrary. People around you don't really know you unless they've been friends for you for their whole lifetime. A lot of people don't see the real Aquarius. The real Aquarius is very giving and loving, but people around you seem to think, well, you just, pick up and go and you don't care. No, you do care. The people around you right now just don't understand what you're going through. And, maybe that they have their own lessons to learn. They don't get it. You get it, right? But it's okay if they don't get it. You don't have to explain it to them. You don't have to validate anything to them. You're doing what you're doing for you. But you first take care of you, take care of your health, take care of your work, take care of your family. Put you first. The other people can see what they want to see. You can't change that. That's the way that they are. But eventually some of them come to realize that, oh, they didn't know you that well. You know what I mean? And then for your hopes and fears, you're wondering, you're thinking about the future. Like I said earlier, I think it was love, but I think there's also job. But definitely with love, there's a young person or somebody it's an adult that's very youthful, that's coming towards you. It hasn't come yet, but there is someone out there that's coming towards you. Okay, I see April, May, even June. So those 3 months, it comes up as 3 months. That's really, really good for you. By the end of it all, the outcome of the reading, I have the King of Swords. The King of Swords will cut through anything that has to, what has to be done is going to be done. And sometimes I just think it's you. I think you're going to cut the cords to a lot of stuff that you just don't need, because of this other person that you will meet is going to help you. And I think by the end, you're going to say, no, but by this winter, we'll be tying loose ends. So that's going to be good. But by the end of next fall, I know it's a long shot, but by the end of this year, if I were to do a personal reading where I spread all the cards before you choose them, I would probably see that by the end of this year, it's going to be a really good year. You will have gone through a lot, learned a lot, been tested, been through thick and thin, but it eventually everything will work out for you in your favor. It just takes sometimes a little longer than other times, but it looks pretty good. I mean, the King of Swords is someone, and the other one, the Knight of Cups, again, somebody who's very youthful, very loving, connected to his emotions, because it's the Knight of Cups. And the good news is, when you meet this man, you'll just know, because you'll just feel like it's a deja vu. It feels like you've known each other for a long time. Now, by the end with the King of Swords, it's just basically saying that, yes, I mean, you're ready. You've cut those ties that were kind of holding you back. You cut loose ends. Now, if you choose not to do certain things, that outcome may be different. But if you're going on the path that you're going now, this is what's going to happen. You'll be able to move forth, everything in place, and be ready. Be ready. Like, your work is going to be better. Your life is going to be better. Everything's going to be pretty much in sync with everything else. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good reading. Now, what do the angels want you to know? I only started a few minutes late, Francis. I hope you didn't miss too much. I think I was just beginning. I had to go and get some water. It's been a little dry. I'm feeling my guides are just playing with me right now. All right. So Maya jumped out. Maya just jumped out. All right. Maya, schooling, study, and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. So, schooling, education. The education, I mean, if you're working and you start a new job, you may be learning something new. Schooling, study, and education. If you're at a job, you may be asked to upgrade your skill, or they may have something that they want you to do, to learn, to better your skills. Or it could be a job. You may have to study for something, review something. And if you want to go back to school for something, this is a good sign as well. May is a really nice angel that's going to help you with this process. Right? So what else is a little more described in here? It says, we strongly recommend that you continue with your education because the additional information and experience will accelerate the fruition of your life's purpose. And again, education, that means many things. If you're on a spiritual path, of course, continue with some studies. Life is like a big school. We're always learning. Even if we know a lot of things, we're constantly learning. If you go a day without learning anything, to me, that's a lost day. I have to learn at least one thing. So it doesn't have to be a lot, but if you learn one thing, then you feel good, right? You may worry about having the means to go forward with this schooling, but we assure you that everything will be provided to you along the way. This educational process brings you great rewards. It enriches your understanding of your spiritual power and accelerates your memory and motivation toward your life's purpose. We will guide you to teachers, schools, books, funds, schedules, and all the resources that are plentifully available to you now. I want to say just plentiful, but plentifully, I guess it's right? Right? So, yeah. And if you want, schooling doesn't, if you're working full-time or part-time, you may want to take a course. It doesn't have to be you're going back to school full-time, but anything that will help you learn. You may want to pick up a book about one of the topics that you're very interested in and want to learn a little more about that. Take a class. There's many ways to educate yourself in the ways that you want to learn something more. So what I've done with the other people here is I've also pulled a card from Archangel Metatron for who is listening. So some of you have getting a lot tonight. You're always learning. Me too. I love to learn. Like when I started I started in July, changing the way I ate, changing some of the foods, and a little bit of carnivore, and sometimes I'll go keto. And so, learning new recipes, learning new ways of doing things, changing things up a little bit. It's good. It's good for the soul. This card fell out. It's just landed here. Okay, that works for me. Communication. Wow. Speak up and be heard. Heal that throat chakra, right? That's what it is. A lot of people are afraid to speak up, or they speak and they say they're not heard. Speak louder. Sometimes it's the words we're using. It says here, speak up. This communication is linked to planet Mercury. It rules communication. I've got a hair here. Mental powers. You are asked to let out all that you have bottled inside of you for so long, waiting for the right condition, the right time to be heard. You are asked to dig deep, shatter the walls of glass you have placed around yourself, and say all that is needed to clear the air and voice your truth. Yes, because if you don't speak your truth, and if you hold back all the time, you don't speak, not only your throat chakra gets out of balance for sure, but you can have laryngitis, you can lose your voice, many things happen. Your body is an amazing energy being. It tries to give you little warning signals when certain things need to be done, and sometimes we're busy and we overlook it, or we don't pay attention to it, and we put it off. Well, eventually that can cause an illness. So yeah, voice your opinion. So often we are afraid to voice what feels unspeakable, our own true desires, wishes, opinions, and feelings. And yet by doing this, we hide the truth of who and what we are. And it's connected to when I began the reading, before I pulled the cards, I said, Aquarians right now are thinking, like, who am I? What am I? And it's connected. By doing this, we had the truth of who and what we are. Yeah. One of the most beneficial things that a baby does is to learn to walk. I'm reversing words right now. Whoa. Come on, guys. Stop playing around. The joy of those first few words spoken and the ability to communicate their needs and exchange dialogue with another is a huge gift. However, as we grow, we may learn that our voice isn't being heard and our views are not appreciated or acceptable, and so we grow silent. Archangel Metatron stands ready to help you dissolve your fear. Whatever your wishes are for communication, allow this now. Ask Archangel Metatron right now. Say, hey, yeah, come and help. You want to help? Let's go. Come and help. It may also that you are waiting for an important message or to hear someone express how they truly feel about you. Are you open to hearing the truth without judgment, blame, or expectation? If so, ask for this now too. Let your words be soft, gentle, and loving. If others raise their voice, lower yours. It's kind of hard to do sometimes. Somebody's like, and you want to be heard, so you get louder. Human beings are like that, eh? We tend to want to defend ourselves, but it's true what he says here. When the other, speaks higher, lower your voice. So they will have to copy that, have to lower their voice because they want to hear what you got to say. So if others speak in hate, speak love back. When others feel unheard, allow them to express themselves to you. Communication is also about learning to listen. So you're encouraged to use nonverbal forms of communication as well. So journey, write poetry, create affirmations, paint, play music. Expression takes many forms. Do anything that feels right to unlock your emotions and honor them. Yeah, there's something, someone you want to say something to, and you know that by saying out loud to them what you need to say, they may feel hurt. And although we don't have control how the other person will react, if you know that they're going to feel hurt and you don't want to hurt them, then maybe just write it down or record it on your phone and erase it. Make sure to erase it. Don't send it. Or you can write it down and then get rid of the paper, right? It may also be that Archangel Metatron wishes to speak through you to channel his voice into your life, your home, your workplace, and your world, to allow his wisdom to be spoken through you and his words of love, truth, and light to be made manifest. His voice can be your voice. How does it feel to hear that? Do you speak with his love? Also, healing blue light to flow into it, freeing up to be a vessel of the divine, which is what you are. So when your words are in alignment with this divine truth, no harm can befall you and no judgment can come, because no one because the one who hears it knows it's the voice of love. So you're encouraged to chant, tone, sing, and to do so loudly. Who and what you are. Your voice is needed. The time to hear it is now. Let it be a force for good in the world. Your voice is unique and belongs to you. Let others hear its beauty, conviction, and strength. Right? That's pretty good. So, what do you think, Aquarius? Communication. Yeah. Communication, speaking, and listening. A lot of people don't want to speak their truth because they do. A lot of people certainly don't want to say certain things because they've been hurt. And sometimes you just have to think of the words you're going to be used. If you want to tell somebody something, you just maybe have to think of the words that you're going to use. And if you put it in a phrase where you don't put blame, but you say, I feel this, I feel that, that other person, will respond differently. But if you want to say, oh, you made me this, or I'm angry because of you, no, as long as the conversation has nothing to do with putting blame on anybody, it is what it is. This is how you feel. Usually it's a lot better to communicate that way. But if you think the other person that you want to communicate this to, or maybe they've passed. If they've passed and they're on the other side, you could still talk to them. You could still talk to them. But if they're alive and you don't have a hold on them anymore, and then you could say it, out loud or write it and get rid of it. But things have to be said. Things have to come out. You can't keep certain things bottled inside of you because it's only hurting you. It's only can cause you, illness. Your emotions are your emotions. Nobody has a right to say that you're not experiencing what you're experiencing. You're experiencing what you're feeling, and that's that. And if somebody says you don't feel a certain way, well, how do they know? They can't possibly know. They're not you. You have a right to feel, and if you say, I feel this way, most people are a little more comprehensive of that. Yeah. So, again, if you like this, share. Last reading of tonight will be Pisces, which I'll come back and do in a couple of minutes. So, yeah. I learned a lot on always looking up. Yeah, you have to, right? Have to. So I hope you enjoyed this. You're very welcome. And give me a couple of minutes and I'll be right back. Bye for now.